We're back. But yeah, okay, here goes WrestleMania. The real reason why Drew failed to cash in, which I mean, I think we all know why. But I just can't believe. My thing is, I cannot believe that. Yeah, I guess they don't need a belt. They don't need a belt for their storyline. You know what I mean? Him and CM Punk storyline is so much bigger than a belt, I guess. So, all right, let's check this one out.
Money in the Bank has come and gone, much like Drew McIntyre's Money in the Bank contract. Join us
Ah,
now as we look at the real reasons why Drew McIntyre failed his WWE cash-in
ooh,
at Money in the Bank
ooh, y'all heard that?
2024. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for
Give him a subscribe.
exclusive lists.
Give him a subscribe, y'all.
Number 1, Drew is a badass. And Drew McIntyre's win was a reminder of what a badass he is and how his determination drives him to success. Drew has had his hands full with some tough competition, but when it comes to crunch time, McIntyre dug deep, taking the unorthodox approach of using a ladder like a javelin and dispatching Jey Uso so he could grab the briefcase.
That shit was
Drew's the
brutal.
type of heel that fans can grudgingly respect because he does what he says he's going to do, but also boo him for spoiling a babyface's apparent win. Number 2, the WWE doesn't like the men's Money in the Bank. A rumor has it that the powers that be don't like the men's Money in the Bank concept, and while we can't confirm this, the rumors we've heard about WWE wanting to cancel the event at different times, as well as some of the baffling decisions it's made to give the briefcase to a wrestler with no idea what to do going forward from their win, makes us wonder if the WWE isn't gung-ho on the idea. Tonight's win and subsequent loss by McIntyre is further evidence of the WWE's dislike for the men's version of the briefcase. The WWE got this year's men's Money in the Bank briefcase contract out the way, and as we'll see, there are several reasons for this. Whether they're good or bad is probably for you to decide. Number 3.
What I would do is I wouldn't get rid of it per se because I mean it sells a lot of merch. There was hella people with briefcases even at WrestleMania when I went, but I would maybe move it to NXT and make it to where they have a Money in the Bank for an NXT title and maybe a women's NXT title and so forth and so forth. But I wouldn't just get away with the match or anything like that. If there was one match I would get away from, it's that damn elimination chamber. That shit is dangerous.
Now for something completely different. As we noted in our recap and analysis, some fans think both the Money in the Bank concept and the ladder match need to be retired. However, as we've also noted, tonight's men's match featured some clever spots that didn't involve wrestlers putting their lives on the line. Such was the case with Drew's failed cash-in. Fans have seen many different scenarios with the briefcase, but nothing quite like tonight's situation where Drew went to cash in and the nemesis spoiled everything for him. While Punk's
CM
interference was
Punk, boy.
predictable, it was executed well and should have had some storyline benefit besides furthering the Punk vs McIntyre war. And we're not saying that just because something is different it's better. Anyone remember TNA Wrestling's Reverse Royal Rumble? But tonight things
Hilarious.
played out differently in an entertaining way. Number 4, to keep the fans guessing. Not only was Drew's Night of Glory turned failure different, it's a night the WWE Universe will remember for a long time. Keeping things unpredictable is vital in wrestling, where fans expect a certain amount of surprises while the promotion stays true to wrestling's essential elements. Fans tuning into next year's Money in the Bank will have no idea what to expect after Drew's disaster. Number 5, there were no
Always keep the fan guessing. Once, even me, I think I'm a freaking smart mark and I think I know it all. And my cousin Polo thinks he knows it all, and everybody I talk to thinks they know it all. But just, we never know what they're planning in the back, guys. So as long as they keep the fans guessing and keep us on our toes, we're always going to tune in. And guess what? Even if they don't keep us on our toes, we're going to tune in anyway. Shit.
vacancies this year for a successful cash-in. One of the biggest reasons the WWE had Drew fail his cash-in was because the WWE has long-range plans for the World Heavyweight Championship and Undisputed Championship. While it's certainly likely that Gunther is walking out of SummerSlam with the World Heavyweight Championship and the WWE intends to keep the belt on him for the duration. Likewise with Cody Rhodes, who seems locked in to keep the title wrapped around his waist until WrestleMania 41 if the plans for Cody vs Rock materialize.
I don't
Having
want to see
anyone
it.
win the briefcase would have been a disappointment for their fans because savvy fans would treat the win the same way they did when Austin Theory won the briefcase. At the time, Roman Reigns had the only world championship and fans knew he wasn't losing it anytime soon, and certainly not to Austin Theory. Number 6, no one else was ready or needed the briefcase. Now, even if the WWE wanted to keep the briefcase in play and perhaps even considered the idea of someone cashing it in for a short run with the belt, this year's entrance had nothing to gain with a win. Indeed, it's difficult to imagine anyone involved other than Drew being ready for the briefcase or needing it. For example, Carmelo Hayes is nowhere near ready for the briefcase, especially with how he's been a mid-card talent since his main roster debut. Likewise with Andrade,
He's on his
who's
way up,
probably
though.
already wondering why he came back to the WWE. As for
That's
Chad
true.
Gable, the former Alpha Academy leader, has several major storylines going on, and he's going to be too busy for a
He
sideshow
doesn't
act
need
with
the
a
belt,
lame
right?
briefcase. As for Jey Uso, he's the type of wrestler who's always in contention for a
He
world
got the
title
fans
shot,
behind him for
factor in
sure. He
his
don't need the
potential
belt.
involvement in Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa, and
And he
Uso
could
just
always do
plain
the
doesn't need
bloodline
it.
thing.
Finally, there's LA Knight, who seems to be headed for a US title win over Logan Paul at SummerSlam, a championship that fits in with how the WWE sees him, and by now it's obvious they don't see him as World Championship material. Number
Not
7,
yet.
Drew is a man fans love to hate. Given all the reasons mentioned, Drew was a good choice for many reasons, but most of all because fans love to hate him. McIntyre is quick to mock babyfaces, attack them, and make life miserable for the WWE Universe's favourites. Naturally, fans want to see him get what's coming to him, and tonight's win and subsequent crash and burn was a classic example of a heel's triumph turning into an unmitigated disaster. Drew winning and losing in one night was a type of creative magic that's only possible in professional wrestling. McIntyre's cashing gave the fans an adrenaline-fueled experience as they wondered how things would play out. Number 8, WWE wanted to hype Drew and Punk feud further. Ultimately, the decision to have Drew McIntyre win the briefcase only to lose it the same night was to fuel the already white-hot feud between McIntyre and CM Punk. Oddly enough, this is probably the weakest reason for McIntyre winning and losing. After all, both wrestlers have done each other dirty over the last 6 months, and at this point, Punk costing Drew another potential world title win is redundant. Nonetheless, the WWE seems to feel that there's nothing to be lost from piling on the problems each man makes for the other. As we've suggested before, fans may start sympathizing for McIntyre if Punk continues one-upping him, but as we'll also explore, this could be part of a much bigger plan.
CM Punk
Number
staring
9,
at the camera was
WWE laid
hilarious.
the groundwork for Seth versus Punk. One of the signs of quality storytelling is when one storyline branches off into another, pulling in other wrestlers and solidifying the idea that WWE is a world full of characters who interact with each other and whose actions also influence one another. CM Punk's decision to rob Drew McIntyre of his Money in the Bank cash-in was motivated by Punk's rivalry with Drew, but McIntyre wasn't the only person it affected. Seth Rollins is now barred from challenging the world title as long as Priest holds the belt, partly due to CM Punk. It goes without saying that Seth won't forget this, and Punk's indifference could be another reason behind Drew's failure.
Seth and Punk is down the road. That's later on.
A heel turn is coming. CM Punk is still beloved in the WWE Universe, and the company's decision to bring him back has been an absolute success so far. But that being said, Punk has shown signs of being a heel. Fans will recall Punk's exchange with Cody Rhodes before the Royal Rumble, where Punk took some personal shots at the American Nightmare. For some fans, it looked like the WWE might be starting a storyline to build Cody versus Punk, with the winner going after Seth Rollins. Things turned out differently due to Punk's injury and the WWE's decision to stick with its original plan of Cody versus Roman. Nonetheless, the WWE was willing to tease a Punk heel turn then, so what's to stop them from doing so now? Punk was selfish in how he cost Rollins the match, and this is clearly headed towards some sort of storyline. As fans have seen before, an embittered babyface can turn heel, with Drew McIntyre being a good example, so it's possible Rollins will turn heel on Punk. Either way, Punk costing Drew and Rollins indirectly will make for some entertaining wrestling for the rest of 2024. Now, while some fans are angry with how the WWE handled this year's Money in the Bank winner, there are good reasons for doing so, chiefly because it's unlikely that anyone would successfully cash it in due to the WWE's long-term plans for the world title.
Too many
And second,
storylines going
because
on.
wrestlers involved weren't ready to win the briefcase, or they didn't need it due to their other storylines. Although the WWE using Drew's failed cash-in to boost his feud with Punk is a weak reason, the rest of the reasons justify it, and Drew lost nothing with his failure. But there you have it, folks. Why Drew McIntyre failed his cash-in at Money in the Bank. Was it the right call? Let us know in the comments down below. I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.
What do you guys think? Would you guys think it was the right call? At first, when it first happened, of course, just as a fan, I was kind of shocked and taken aback by it. Like, damn, that's how, I thought maybe, oh, man, they did him kind of dirty, whatever. But you realize, yeah, man, he doesn't need the belt at all. You know what I'm saying? So, another great video by WrestleMania. Salute, brother. Salute, salute. And go get that man a subscribe. Give me a subscribe. And until next time, we out.